And so that interview was, I guess, kind of interesting because it had Stuart Chaffet in it. But I mean, as far as like, I didn't find it like a fun podcast or anything. But for what it was, having Stuart Chaffet on there,
Yeah, I
that's
had
pretty
fun
good.
being in it because it was, I didn't know who the hell the guy was before we did the interview, and then once he got talking about some of the experiences that he went through, like in the early computing history, whatever, became more
Yeah,
interesting because it was like, wow, you was there, you was there for that, you was there for that, and so it became pretty cool just for the experience itself. But yeah, I guess for somebody that's like watching, it could be boring.
yeah. And that was added August 17th, 2009. And the next LP after Black Manta, oh, this is a fun one. Let's play Dirty Harry.
Oh
Oh
yes, I
man.
love that game. Oh yeah.
That was a fun. That was fun. Me, you, Wiiguy, Baer. I think I'm not sure Baer was in it.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
Green was in it. Green was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That the part one has 474 views. And to me, within a year's August 22nd is when it's uploaded, 2009. To me, within a less than a year's time, that's pretty good.
Pretty decent.
474 views. Um,
Definitely.
and so
Cornshack did that game a lot, a lot more justice.
yeah, and it was around that time where we was doing the LP on this channel. I found that from Corn Shack. I don't know if you told me about it. Corn Shack does the whole thing. I'm like, I got to see the whole game because I never saw past the first freaking level.
Right.
I mean,
I don't
so
think
I
anybody
seen
else
that.
has. Like even the developers, they, they were watching his video like, wow,
Yeah,
I didn't know you could
not
do
even the
that.
developers. Yeah, not even the developers. Okay.
Okay.
And so yeah, Dirty Harry was not a good game, but made for a fun lulzy LP. I guarantee you, I don't think wouldn't have got that much humor out of Fire and Ice or Shellgate 64. Well, actually, Fire and Ice, we did that on a Fanboys channel. The commentary wasn't that bad, except for the parts where Master Aaron said, "No, I'm the one playing," or "No, the
Stay on
sound
topic.
off."
Well, it was
Yeah.
just a boring game to watch because it's just the same thing over and over and over again.
But see, that's why it should be. That's why all topic commentary should be allowed, especially in that case with a boring game. I mean, if we ever do Shellgate 64, which I don't think we will ever do, but if we did, I think it's best just to completely talk about something else while watching the gameplay and not even talk about the game, period.
Of course.
Because, I mean, oh yeah, I'm moving through this door. Doot, 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 doot. I think we'll fall asleep during the commentary listening to that music.
It's kind of like
Yeah, even
Doom. Sorry, we got.
Oh, oh,
What? Doom's better than Shadowgate 64.
but that's true.
Agreed, but yeah, just like the commentary, we gotta, go other places.
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, I know.
Oh man,
I just want to play the game.
I'm starting to fall asleep thinking about Shellgate 64. Let's move on. But speaking of that, Shellgate, my LP is on the Ronmower channel. Check it out. Shameless plug.
Woo.
The next LP, my favorite that we've done on this channel, Metroid.
Oot.
Again, Baer's debut, Star Soldier's debut, kind of. His pictures in the thumbnail. Hey, Star Soldier here. And I said the Jason masturbation reference, and Jay got pissed. And so, ooh yeah,
It was,
I
it
never
was like
said it-
everybody's debut. It was like 40 videos.
yeah, yeah. So he sent the ST2K a private message saying, "Hey, it's Jason Relaxation. It's Jason Relaxation, not Jason Masturbation. Screw Star Soldier for saying this." So I think Jay was kind of pissed off there. What do you say, Jay? Yeah, do it again. Kill you.
We're gonna have a fight on YouTube soon.
Yeah. And that was done in September. 206 views. All right. Wait a minute. Whoa, Dirty Harry has more views than Metroid?
I believe it.
Wow.
Evidently.
Well,
I'm sure there's
All
a
right.
lot. There's a lot more Metroid videos on YouTube than Dirty Harry.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Harry
well-
is very dirty.
Thanks.
I remember one of the subtitles for the LP was "Let's play Dirty Harry Potter," and "Let's play Clean Harry."
Yeah, on the Harry Potter one, we got a lot of backlash for that. There's a lot of fanboys out there.
Aw.
They,
I
they
don't
cast
remember
they
that.
cast spells on us and everything. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's when Green was cursed for having his baby brother always come into the room all the time. And
That's the starter.
not able to do the podcast and having his videos not audible. Okay, the next LP, J-Man's favorite,
Woohoo!
Dino. Yeah,
Dino.
That is a good
Yep.
example of a game that someone might love as a kid, but then when they get older, they're like, wait a minute, this game isn't as good as I remembered it.
Yeah, I mean, it is just one of those games where it's just bland. It's not like Dirty Harry is a terrible game. I say Dino Wars is a better game.
Yeah.
I get technically, I guess, but it's like it's one of those games where it's kind of hard to do commentary or whatever because it's like
It's
it's
so
too bland.
repetitive, you know.
Yeah, like Lethal Weapon for the NES.
Right, where like in Dino Wars, there's there's pretty much 2 levels. I mean, there's like 10 levels or whatever, but there's just 2 levels. It's where you're inside of like a base. You destroy the base, you go back out in your Dino Wars thing, and you do a Dino Wars level, and then rinse and repeat, and that's it.
Yeah.
Some things change, but I mean, basically, it's like 2 levels. So yeah, it gets pretty old. Fun as a
Yeah.
kid, though.
And the next thing we did, the trailer to it, that's on the channel, well, the podcast of video game piracy, which is probably one of the best podcasts we've ever done.
I don't
That was a
know.
good one.
I don't know. That NFL podcast
Was
was
I,
awesome.
hang on. Was I in that one about the video game piracy?
No,
That was
This was
that
Stripper
one
Sega,
sucked.
and I think I joined in like on the last part or something.
no, you
That
were
one
supposed to
sucked.
be in it. You were supposed to be in it, but Jeff didn't call you and let you know.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So it was me, Master Hand, Jeff, Charlie, and Grub that was in that one.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
And that was a real good one.
It was one of the best.
Yeah, very
now
interesting
let's
topics
ignore it.
about. What?
And now let's ignore it.
Oh, ignore it. Why?
Fail.
That's
Shut
a
up,
good
Baer.
podcast. The NFL
Yeah.
podcast we should ignore since we talk about right now and get it out of the way. That's the worst one. Hands down, that's the worst one we've done. That
Yeah.
was. Now, well,
No,
I mean,
greatest
here's,
one for the lulz.
here's why it was so terrible. It's not that we sucked at.
It's not because
talking
we
about-
got every prediction wrong.
Yeah, it's because we got a prediction wrong. That's why right there. So we kind of came off dumb, but and plus I kind of like
Yeah, but we always come off that way.
I
Those
ripped
are
apart Colt McCoy and like 'cause I honestly thought he threw the game just to save his injury or save himself in the NFL or whatever. And but I was told by Kevin or some people like, no, I really don't think he did that on purpose. You know, that might went too far in how I judged him or whatever. So I kind of felt a little bit bad about that. But just overall, that was not the best podcast that I enjoyed or
Hang
whatever.
on, you felt he was saving himself for the NFL. Would you say that you feel that way as if he was saving himself for a woman? Oh my god, I can't do this. Foreplay is okay, but I'm gonna wait until I get to the NFL.
Okay, I understand anything you said, but anyway, let's move on. Let's see. The next LP we did was, well, if I can find it. Okay. Another podcast, Video Game Memories podcast. I think that was me, Jeff Green. That's 2 parts, I think. I think
Was I
J-Man.
in it?
Yeah, I was in part
Okay,
2.
the first one.
I think I missed
Okay.
it.
Here's the description for the trailer. Ronmower, Jeff, and Green talk about the video game memories growing up. Oh,
Damn it. Aww.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty good. Talking about the all the games we played back in the day when we were kids, and when we rented this game and that game, and what store we had to wait. We tried to rent, but we couldn't because it was always rented out or whatever. I think, Jamie,
Right.
you were in part 2, maybe.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit on that part about that. Because I know, like the
I think I
newest
missed it.
game was never in. You had to be there like Friday afternoon if you wanted to rent it. If you got there Friday
Yeah.
night, it was gone. They'd have like 3 copies, and they were gone.
Yeah. That was so frustrating. And I said how I waited for they said that Super Street Fighter for Super Nintendo was supposed to be back on that day by 5 p.m. or whatever. And I waited, and it was not returned. I guess someone wanted to keep it and be willing to pay the late charges. I was so mad. I want to do it like George Costanza did in an episode of Seinfeld. Look at the computer, see who's renting whatever movie George is looking for. Actually go to the house. and, you know, can I play this with you? Him in the face and say, you're supposed to return it. Think about other people.
Yeah, it was like that with Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
That
was one of the games that was hard to rent. That Street Fighter, Mario 3, and it's one of those, especially those games that are real popular and anticipated just came out. It's hard. You have to be lucky to get that. You have to be like there right when it first comes in, and I mean I can't imagine people.
You had to camp out in front of the store.
Yeah, really. Now, I'm sorry, but I know there's people that have camped out for PS2, PS3, or 360, whatever. But I'm sorry, I draw the line at games. I'm not going to camp out for a system. I mean, in my opinion, that's just stupid.